Look at the grain pattern. Holy macaroni.
I'm just going to flow through it so y'all can see how fast it goes. Since I'm talking, you know that I'm not really cutting any corners or editing it.
But if you don't waste your time getting this right, you're really wasting your time getting everything else wrong.
Y'all remember how to do this? Cool thing is I know these are dead on. This is kind of a non-event.
Hey folks, welcome back to another weekly edition to Sawing with Robert Milton here at the old Hobby Hardwood. So I got a lot of comments last week about me doing the video of how to gun barrel by the numbers in preparation for quarter sawing. And I said in the video, you can waste time gun barreling and getting it right, or you can waste time quarter sawing the log. And what I meant was, you can spend your time up front or you can spend your time at the end. And I got so many comments about people wanting me to show the log that I sawed up. And as luck would have it, I did keep the cameras rolling as I was sawing. I didn't do a lot of different camera angles because, in all honesty, I was tired and I was ready to quit. And I started going through the video to see how it would look, make sure it was, quality. And actually, I think it turned out pretty good because unlike a lot of the videos where I'm trying to discuss and talk about what I'm doing while I'm doing it, in this video it's like turn the sawmill on and saw the log up. And it really emphasized that when you spend the time gun barreling, how fast you can quarter saw a log up in a hurry. That's what this video is going to be about. It's going to show me just blowing through that log. I still got 100% fleck on every face. Every board looked great. Some better than others, but they all look great. I think you're going to enjoy this video because it kind of shows me my natural element of just sawing. Watch how few rotations I have to do to successfully quarter saw that log. I hope you enjoy this video. And if you do, subscribe. If you don't, subscribe. I'm kidding. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Yeah, this will be interesting. Normally I stop and explain everything, but this time I'm just going to go through this log basically real time, real speed. This is a pretty cool move I'm going to show y'all one day. Of course, you just saw it on a video, and that's how to eject the whole top half of a heavy log with the hydraulics. Of course, now that I've moved the bottom part of the cant, I got to reset my zero, which is what I just did. And now we're going to take those two boards right through the center of the pith.
Whew, there's a big log. Big boy. You hear that motor load up? The band isn't overly sharp either. I'm doing a lot of sawing. Hit two of these. These, by definition, will be quarter sawn. We've got the pith lined up, and we're getting perpendicular rings. So this is 2 quarter sawn board. Let's get them off of here. Yeah, those look good. We're gonna jelly roll this one.
All right, here's the big secret to jelly rolling. Since we spent so much effort lining those facets up when we gun barreled it, now all we have to do is put each facet or each face to the bed, and the log will almost automatically always be lined up perfect. So you can just start putting drops and blowing right through it, and every board will be quarter sawn. You can normally get half a dozen boards, give or take, on these first initial cuts. And of course, you're always looking at your growth rings to make sure they're perpendicular to the band, but by and large, these are going to be dead on.
Cool thing is, I know these are dead on. This is kind of a non-event. I know this pant is set up correctly, so I don't have to stop every board. I can keep on going until I at least get down to what I think I need to do.
Once again, this is what separates the jelly roll from conventional quarter sawn. It's so easy and it's so fast.
I'm hitting something in there. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a void. Speaking of voids, what about Oak Island show? I mean, y'all watch that? I mean, seriously, how long are they going to keep hunting that gold? It's 150 feet deep. Call up Parker Schnabel on Gold Rush. I just tell him there's a pile of gold at 150 feet, and that boy will cut it to the ground. He'll bring some real tools out there. So when you do this right, look at this fleck. Woohoo!
So I'm checking this to see if I still got quarter sawn fleck on the board. If I do, I'm going to take another board. If I do again, I'll take another one until I finally run out of it.
It's going to be running out here. I'm going to go one board at a time.
So now I'm out of the fleck, and it's time to rotate up to the next face or facet. Drop that right on the bed, and you can see it just settle down. Perfect. The gun-barreled faces are the guide as to where to set it to the bed.
The cool thing about sawing with this technique is it's a lot harder on a manual mill, but with a hydraulic mill, it goes fast.
If you're counting, that's right at 5 seconds per cut.
I've already explained on other videos how to do this jelly roll, the old Hobby Hardwood jelly roll, so I'm not going to cover it. I'm just going to flow through it so y'all can see how fast it goes. Since I'm talking, you know that I'm not really cutting any corners or editing this crap out. I'm just sawing.
It doesn't really show it, but what I'm doing is I'm looking at each cut and making sure that they're lined up perpendicular to the growth rings, or more importantly, when they're going through perpendicularity and then they're getting out of it. Once that happens, it's time to check them. Check the boards, see what it looks like. Bring the whole stack back. I'm going to put them right next to the other stack on the table. Notice I am not stopping to stack wood. I'm offloading it as fast as I can with the mill, but it's being done all without using my hands, and I'm not stopping to stack wood. I am going to stop and go up and look at that board, make sure I'm in the fleck, make sure I know where I'm at. I'm out of the fleck there, so I need to rotate to the next facet. The cool thing is on this last one, I'm rotating to where the facet is parallel or pushed up against the backstops. This is the only time on this pattern where a facet or face is not on the bed. It is lined up with the backstop. This still puts the saw cut perpendicular to the growth rings. And the further down I go into that wedge or that quarter, the more perpendicular it's going to get. I mean, this is so routine and so easy. I got time to take a drink of iced tea while I'm cutting these boards right here. I mean, seriously, how easy is this? I like to take this last cut where it's just under that corner. It helps me line it up easier when I grip it with the log clamp later. Notice how I'm going to pull these back and triple stack these piles on the table. I'm using the old Hobby Hardwood drag back shoes to push that other stack out of the way. And now I've got 3 piles parked on the table at one time. And I still haven't stopped and touched a board except to check for fleck. We're on the last rotation. Put that one face straight on the deck, clamp it up, and just cut all the way down. And every board will have fleck in it. It's that easy. This ball game is over, folks.
Oh man, you can hear that blade singing. Cutting good.
Something else, have you noticed how I have never had to stop and sweep sawdust or even deal with sawdust? If you're having to mess with the sawdust, you are wasting time. If you're sawing fast and if your blade's doing the right thing, almost 95% of the sawdust is being ejected out of the cut and not being stuck between the boards. All right, the waste pieces go here in the old waste. That's the waste. It's probably a 2" by 2 maybe. Got to kind of clear the table out. Man, that's looking pretty. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? I mean, really? Gorgeous. Wow. All right. I gotta do a gratuitous quarter sawn shot right here. Look at the grain pattern. Holy macaroni. Woo-wee. Man. All right, let's get back to stacking. Let's get a shorty right there, a narrow board right there. Man, even the narrow ones, look at this little guy. Man, it looks like a leopard. So some of you guys wonder if we edge every board. I mean, a lot of the boards are gonna have one flat edge anyway. Can you see that? I don't know, you know, trust me, it's there. And that's not every board, but a lot of them will. We do sometimes routinely run these through the edger because if they have a curve or something. So what we found out is not everybody hates that bevel anyway, as long as you don't charge for it. In some ways it's a mark of honor. That way people know that it is truly, in fact, quarter sawn wood because it's got a 45-degree bevel on the end of it. It's starting to rain. Need to hurry up and get these stacked up. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this one, and we will see you all next week. Have a good one. Thanks for visiting our sawmill. Click on the links above to see more of our videos.